fellow opportunity, fellow Rotarians. Okay, the Rotary grace. One, two, three. Oh Lord,
Lord God, oh good,
we praise thee
for
our
our
daily food.
food. May
Rotary friends and Rotary ways help us to serve thee all our days. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can. Thank you very much, Rotarian DK, for that.
Okay.
We'll now like to call on the president of the Rotary Club of Isolo, Rotarian David Taiwo, to please take us through the objects of Rotary. Rotarian Taiwo. Please, do we have any member of the Rotary Club of Isolo available that can take the Rotary objects of Rotary? Okay, can we have the Rotary Grace up on screen, please? Thank you very much. Is the president of Rotary Club of Isolo on, or any member of the Rotary Club of Isolo? Okay, in the absence of that, please. I will take the objects of Rotary on behalf of the club. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster. First, the development of acquaintance and an opportunity for service. Second, high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupations as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. Fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. Thank you. I'll now call on my fellow member of the Rotary Club of Lagos Pangru Feste, Rotarian Ranjana, to please take over at this point. Thank you.
Rotary. Thank you, Rotarian Nomoe. Good evening, my fellow Rotarians. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For the four-way test, I would like to call RCLI Opportunity President, Rotarian Sanjay Srivastava. Hello? Hello?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, my DG, the RI Director, and everyone. The four-way test. For the things we do and say, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call upon Rotary Club of Lagos Palmgrove Estate Opportunity President, Rotarian Chandra Nalode, for the welcome address.
District Governor, Rotarian Bola Oyebadi. Good evening. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Hello.
Very.
Yes, very well.
Rotary International Director and guest speaker of the day, Rotarian Kamal Sanghvi. Rotary International officials, my AG, Rotarian Victoria Kotei, and district officials, opportunity presidents of District 9110 and presidents across the globe, past district governors, past assistant governors, past presidents, Rotarian friends, Rotary interactors, Rotary friends and guests. Namaskar, Ekorole, and good evening to all of you. It is my proud privilege to welcome our guests to this meeting. I am Rotarian Chandra Nalode, 13th President and second female President of Rotary Club of Lagos Palmgrove Estate. Present scenario has given a glimpse of good that exists among us and how positively we can adapt to the change. Our club has taken it positively and have embarked new projects along with our traditional projects such as Mission for Vision, Artificial Limb, a bench desk project, blood donation camp, and so on. The beginning of the year, Rotary year was started, unveiling the club bulletin, The Palms, by the District Governor, Rotarian Bola Oyebadi. We did the first project on 11th of July to say here we are the first club in the District 9110 to take this project. We planted Ashoka trees around the park, and inside the park we beautified with heliconia, Canna indica, and succulents. Our club stands number one in Africa, highest number of female Rotarians. Embrace it. We had a club assembly on 15th of July, which was facilitated by 100% female members. August being a membership development month, we had 3 webinars across the globe and 2 projects in 2 different areas of focus. On 2nd of August, it was a great moment for the district as well as our club to invite Rotary International President-elect, Rotarian Shekhar Mehta. He gave us a new dimension on how to open up opportunities by friendship, leadership, and using our vocation. And on the next week, that is on 8th of August, we had the past governor, assistant governor, Ashnikar. We had 6 clubs associated with that from District 9110. He enlightened to engage new Rotarians by involving them in projects and use their occasion to serve in Rotary. On 22nd of August, we had a district governor nominee, Rotarian Pubudu D. Joysa. The beauty of this webinar is we had 4 clubs from India. All the 4 club presidents, including our club, are the female presidents. Were the female presidents. So along with that, we had 2 projects. One was on the 7th of August. We had Project Nora Dreams. That is our traditional project on the focus of water and sanitation. Is distributing of sanitary towels to empower the weaker section of the female indigenous students to continue their education unhindered. On 26th of August, it is under disease prevention and treatment. We distributed no-touch hand wash basin machines to the 6 schools nearby area. This was being due to the COVID-19. The next month, we had another one, that is September month, being basic education and literacy. We had a webinar on 12th September proud to say that we are the first Rotary Club in partnership with Lighthouse Toastmasters Club in Nigeria. This was the benefit to our interact clubs. We have two interact clubs and two Rotary clubs. Then on 26th of September, we had a physical workshop for the Rotractors on soft skills. As the present situation says that soft skills and hard skills go hand in hand. Also, study says two-thirds of the jobs in 2030 rely on soft skills. On the same day evening, we had a webinar, that is on 26th September, we had a webinar on prevention, on peace promotion and conflict prevention. We had an evening session with a motivational speaker, trainer, counselor, Dr. Nitin Saraswat. How to deal on the situation by breaking the pattern, ourselves, being self-aware, and understanding the purpose of life. Also, we are having another program under this area of focus with a BK member, Rotarian Swaminathan, by this month end. And October, the month October, we kick-started with the Economy and Development Month, celebrate the 60th independence anniversary of Federal Republic of Nigeria. We unveiled the project, development of children's play area, focusing in our aspect of child development. This project not only was sustainable, but also projected Rotaries in the community. And we have a few more projects coming up this month, that is treatment plant. Estate Grammar School is a school where we do so many projects. We had done bench desk project. Last year we had done the cervical cancer vaccination for 100 girls. And this year we are doing a water treatment plant for potable water for children. That is again this month we are going to complete that project. And 24th of October, being a polio day, our club has brought a different way of raising funds. Like we are having a hand wash basin that is and umbrellas, branded umbrellas, saying that not only it is given as a gift to our fellow to our friends on the occasion of Diwali, Christmas, and New Year, but this also gives another dimension, that saying that Nigeria is polio-free country. These are the few projects we are having. Along with that, after this, we are having additional projects going on. Our club has taken it positively, sir, to embark all these projects. Now, warmly welcome to Rotary International Director, Dr. Kamal Sanghvi. Thanks for contributing your valuable time. Thank you so much, sir. Over to you, my moderator.
Thank you. Thank you, my president. Now, I would like to call upon our guest of honor for the day, our district governor, Rotarian Bola Oyebade, for his speech.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I want to recognize especially the convener of this particular session, which is on how Rotarians can get more responsibility towards economic and community development, which has been tagged as one of the main services that is above self by the Rotary Club of Lagos Pan Group Estate. I recognize especially all the clubs that are present in this seminar. The Rotary clubs of members of Rotary Club of Lagos Pan Group Estate, Rotary Club of Ikoyi, Rotary Club of Isolo, Rotary Club of Lagos Island, Rotary Club of Maryland. I cited also some members of Rotary Club of Epe Metropolitan. I want to wish you a successful session, and thank also especially the guest speaker who has accepted to speak with us on this particular topic, and that's the RI Director, Kamal Sanghvi, who is not in Nigeria with us, but definitely right there in District 3250, India. I would like you also please be attentive so that you can learn from his wealth of knowledge, and where it is possible, we ask questions and clarification. Again, I welcome everybody to this particular session and ask you to please be fully attentive so we all can learn from what we will be interacting about, and at the end of the day, all of us will be better for it. Thank you very much, Madam President.
Thank you, my DG. Always on point, always precise and so sharp. Thank you, my DG. Thank you for that excellent word, sir.
Thank you very much, my AG.
Well done, sir. I see so many dignitaries in this platform. If I decide to name all of them one by one, I think then I'll have to spend money on buying breakfast for all of you, which I don't intend to do. So my DG, my RID, my Presido. Now, there's the reason why we are all here. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to hand over the mic to PAG Ramesh Vishwalji, who's always full of energy, who's full of ideas, and his passion for Rotary, I don't know. Even if I have that 10% of that passion, I think I would do wonders. But Rameshji, we really appreciate you. So take over the mic from me now and introduce our guest speaker for today, Rotarian Kamal Sanghvi. Over to you, Rameshji.
Thank you, my past president and AG Pradeepji. So good to introduce me. Actually, it is not needed. I'm not that energetic like you. You are in the ground there. I'm not in the country. Thank you giving me this opportunity. My president, my district governor, and all co-hosts of the evening. So it is my pleasure to introduce all of us here, the RI Director, Kamal Sanghvi. Actually, he does not need any introductions. He has done so many of webinars this year I have seen. He does not need any introductions, but for the benefit of some members, I will just go through his profiles. He is an seasoned Rotarian and very, very experienced and dedicated Rotarian. So that is what I can tell all of us here. He is a graduate in pharmaceutical science from Kasturba Medical College, Manipal, and currently the managing director of his own family business in banking, finance, and construction businesses. He is the member of Rotary Club of Dhanbad, served as the governor of District 3250 in 2005 and 2006. He is currently serving as International Rotary Director for 2019 to 2021. He served Rotary International as Director, International Training Leads twice, member of RI Rotaract Interact Committee, RI Leadership Development and Planning Committee, and so on. He has represented Rotary International presidents as their representative for 10 times into USA, Pakistan, Australia, Philippines, New Zealand, and Bombay. He is a pioneer in vocational training centers for women and set up 28 such centers in his districts, namely Saheli centers. He has coordinated 11 polio corrective surgery camps to artificial limb camps. He linked Aman Ki Asa agreement between Pakistan and India for hearing little hearts programs and for operating Pakistan children in India and heart diseases. He has co-founded the Shelter Kids program and Rotary India Literacy Mission. And I think at present also he is leading the Rotary India Literacy Mission because of RI President-elect was there earlier. Because of his assignment as RI President-elect, Rotarian Kamalji has taken this assignment, and what is doing well in India, and also it is going to spread all over the world. Because of these pandemics, all these onlines, everything teachings which is coming up. So he is one of the instrumentals for this. He acclaimed orator an acclaimed orator has addressed more than 400. Can you imagine 400 paid district assemblies and conference and seminars? In addition to that, with these webinars, I think he must have crossed 400 because every day he is having 2 or 3 seminars from different clubs, different districts, and different countries. For all his selfless services, he has been awarded Service Above Self Award, 4 Avenues of Service Award, Rotary International. TRF boasted citation for meritorious service and distinguished service award on him. He is a level 2 major donor and also a Banquet Society member. He is married to Rotarian Sonal, architect in profession, and Kamal. Actually, both of them have the 2 children, Khwab, who is pursuing PhD in cancer and cell biology in Germany, and Rais, who is also computer working in Swiss Bank India. Swiss Bank in India. So this is a brief description. There are so many things he did. So let's welcome Rotarian Kamal Sanghvi, Rotary International Director, to these platforms, and who will be speaking to us very nicely and is a very good orator. Thank you, Kamalji. Thank you, everybody. Welcome our guest, chief guest and guest speaker, Rotarian Kamalji.
Thank you so much, Ramesh. It is so kind of you to have invited me across the continent. You know, we are living in tough times. We've never seen things like this before, unprecedented times when so many people are at strife. So many are away from their loved ones. So many have lost people in their families, and people are hungry, lost their jobs. They probably have lost their businesses. But amidst all these things, you know, it is always, I am an absolute optimist. Amidst all these things, and I believe tremendously in serendipity, that a person is there, why he's there, it has got a reason. Why Lord has put us, all of us, and made us Rotarians is because of a reason. Because we are there to make a difference in the world. And that is why you are a Rotarian. And so I believe in this silver lining on the dark clouds. And I always believe that there is always going to be a sunrise after the late night. And this sunrise is these kind of meetings which we take across the 7 seas. And we meet so many Rotarians, so many people who are trying to do good in the world. And this is what excites me tremendously. And this is what I understand Rotary is all about. So let me first start by thanking Ramesh for curating this show. And of course, Governor Bola, you're here. Thank you, Governor, for all the leadership you are giving to your district. I see that district is extremely vibrant. I can see from the presentation of the club today that how good all the clubs must be performing under your leadership. So please continue to give this leadership and inspiring people as you proceed in your journey of excellence. So thank you, Governor Bola, for doing that. Of course, we have the presidents here, President Chandra from Lagos, Dyke from Ikoyi, David from Misolo, Sanjay from Lagos, and Obefemi from Maryland. Thank you all the presidents and all your team members for giving me this opportunity to come and talk to you. So today I was told to talk about a bit about making a change, a difference in the community and service above self. And why should we be doing it? So I always, first of all, I believe that when you have tough times like this, the tough get going, and Rotarians are tough people. And I always believe that we should be a game changer. There are too many players in the world. And why Rotarians need to do service above self? Because you need to be the game changer. You need to be the ones who have brought light in the darkness in this world. And you know what? We cannot help everybody in this world. Like Ronald Reagan said, you cannot help everybody in this world, but definitely each one of us can help somebody in the world. And how do we help? How do we bring a change in the world? Is by these small, random acts of kindness. Invariably, people tell me, what would these small acts of kindness do? Would it change the world? Yes, it would change the world. When we do random acts of kindness and we go into a larger canvas, when we put all the puzzles together, that forms a huge canvas. And this is why, because poverty is a very difficult thing to define. Poverty is extremely difficult to define, but helping someone is very easy to do. So it is extremely important that you help someone. And when I talk about helping, I'm always reminded that in presence of faith, there is hope. In presence of faith, there is hope. In presence of hope, there is love. And in presence of love, miracles happen. And I see miracles of Rotary happening every day. I see miracles of sight being given to the blind. I see miracles of food to be given to the hungry. I see miracles of limbs to be given to the lame. I just saw your presentation. Yes, miracles. That's a miracle. Miracle of sight to the blind. Miracle of home to the homeless. Talk to that homeless guy and ask him what is miracle for him. And he will say that Rotarian building a home for me is nothing short of a miracle. We create miracles every day. And I commend each one of you Rotarians, for being the angel of giving. And the question comes, why us Rotarian? Why do we have to be the angels of giving? Why do we have to change the world? The answer is very simple, friends, because in giving, we receive. Yes. And in pardoning, we are pardoned. And in surrendering, we all Rotarians are born to eternal life. And when the question comes, why we Rotarians have to do service above self, I ask you the question, if you do not do it, who else will do it? Because you are the bearers of the peace in the world. Peace has different definition. Peace is not at war. The definition of peace is not that we are not at war means peace. Peace is when a hungry person gets food, that is peace. When a thirsty gets water, that is peace. When a homeless gets home, that is for me is peace. And that is why we need to do our bit. You know what is the greatest malady in the world? The greatest malady in the world is not the ability to produce. The greatest malady in the world is not the ability to produce, but the greatest malady in the world is the willingness to share what you have with someone else. And we are Rotarians, we need to share. You need to share whatever you have. You can share your money, you can share your vocation, you can share your expertise, you can share anything, but share. And this is the change we want in the world. And Mahatma Gandhi did say, if you want, be the change you want in the world. If you want the world to be in peace with itself, if you want a society which is progressive, if you want a town which is absolutely developing, then you need to create peace. And Rotarians can't leave the avenue of peace to only politicians. You got to be the angel of peace in this world. You got to take peace in its own perspective. Because if you don't do it, who else will do it? And why should Rotarian do it? Because you have the means, you have the desires, you have the methodology. You have the resolve, because service above self is our motto. Mankind is our business. We have told the world that we are going to make the world a better place to live in. And that is why we Rotarians need to be the angels of giving and angels of peace. And when you become the angels of peace, the community will change. You will bring about a sustainable change in this world, and that would make peace in this world, and we owe it to our children. And things do change. You know, when Gandhiji said, be the change you want in the world, some people say, how can individual Rotarians bring change? Yes, individual Rotarians can bring a change. Your random acts of kindness will bring a change. And you know, Kofi Annan once said, things change when enough people join up together. Things change when ordinary people like you and me together come together for a cause. Years back, when we all joined up together, and there was this one Rotarian who got up in Philippines and said, let us eradicate polio across the world. I am sure people mocked him and laughed at him at that point of time, but it is a reality now. It is a reality when people got together, Rotarians took a resolve. Nobody in the world had that kind of resolve. Nobody had the strength, nobody had the courage, nobody had the thought process, nobody had the vision to eradicate polio across the world. It is you Rotarians who had this courage and the vision, the resolve to bring a change in the world. And look where we are today. Africa has just been declared polio free. The world has been declared polio free, leave alone 2 countries. Could you even think about it maybe 20 years back that we could eradicate a disease, the second disease across the world by Rotarians? No, nobody could dream of it. But that becomes a reality when Rotarians get together. They bring a sustainable change in the community. You have averted a World War II. By eradicating polio, we Rotarians have made sure more than 2 million children have been prevented from becoming crippled. You know what would have happened if Rotarians were not there? Do you even think? So I would want each one of you to close your eyes for 10 seconds and think. I want each one of you here to close your eyes for 10 seconds and think, if Rotarian was not there, if Rotary was not there, what would the world look like today? Can you all close your eyes for 10 seconds and think? Yes. You know what the world would be if Rotary was not there? Every 3rd child in the street would be crawling on his 4 feet and would not have been able to walk because he or she would have been crippled by polio. That is the level of sustainable change a Rotarian brings in the world. And that is why I'm so proud of each one of you. And friends, why you need to bring a change? You know why you need to do this service above self? Because you can make a difference. You have the means, you have the desire, you have the methodology. You are the smile creators. I call each Rotarian a smile creator. God has given you this ability to bring smiles on other people's faces. Very few people in this world have this ability to be able to change other people's lives. Very few people in this world have the ability to bring smiles on other people's faces. You are the chosen ones. You are the chosen ones to be having the ability to bring smiles on other people's faces. And why Rotarians need to service above self? Because it is the cess of the society on us. It is the tax which you pay for surviving on this earth. You know, invariably, Ramesh tells me that I owe this building, I have this business, my father or my mother or my brother or my sister has left this wonderful town of Laos for me, has left this wonderful city for me, has left this wonderful street for me, has left this wonderful business for me. Our father, our mother, our brother and sister have left this wonderful, that we have inherited all this wealth, inherited these towns, the mountains, the sky. You know what I say? You have not inherited anything in this world. And why Rotarians need to do service above self is because you have not inherited anything in this world. Do not be misled by this statement that I have inherited. No, you have not inherited anything in the world. All that which you have, all that which you enjoy, all that you cherish in this world, you have borrowed it from your children. Everything which you have borrowed it from your kin. You have borrowed it from your children. You borrowed it from your elder brothers. You borrowed it from your sister. And when you have borrowed something, you got to return it back with interest. And when you have borrowed this from your elders, you got to return it back to your children with interest in a much better position than what you inherited it. And that is why each Rotarian needs to do service above self. And that is why we need to change the world. And you know, Mother Teresa said once that if you want to be no Rotarian should call himself a Rotarian till he takes out time to serve. No Rotarian should call himself a Rotarian till he serves till it hurts. this hurt, this feeling, because I always believe it is the rich and the strong which look after the poor and the weak. It is the obligation of God on you. It's the obligation of the Almighty. It is the obligation of the eternal power. Whatever you believe in, it is their obligation because you are the guardians. And when, you know what, if you love God, if you love Almighty, if you love that any power which you believe in, then you should love what He has created. You should love every human being. And it is our utmost duty that when we love every human being, we need to change his or her life and make that life better. It is not a luxury anymore that a child has to have a safe drinking water. It is not a luxury anymore that a child has to have education. It is not a luxury anymore that a child should have 3 square meals. It is the essential and it is the onus on each one of us Rotarians to make sure that happens. That every child in this world becomes literate. And for this, you need to do service above self. And you know, whenever I'm talking about doing service above self, it's all about giving. Giving and sharing what you have. And when I'm talking about sharing, I'm often reminded of a small story. This story is about a cow and a pig. The story is about cow. You know, in India and in other parts of the world, many places, the cow is always looked upon. We pray to the cow. Many communities pray to the cow. You know why? Because the pig was very unhappy. The pig goes to the cow and says, I'm very unhappy. Nobody cares for me. Nobody looks after me. While I give pork, sausage, and meat, you only give milk. Still, everyone looks after you. Everyone looks up to you, cow. And then the cow very nicely tells the pig, you know why that happens? Because I give milk in my lifetime. Whatever I give is during my lifetime. What you give is after your death. So friends, what you give during your lifetime is what is going to go up with you. What you leave behind was never yours because coffins do not have pockets. And why Rotarians need to do service above self is because what is the epitaph you want in your life? You have the opportunity to write your own epitaph. You have the opportunity to write what you want to be written when someone makes your tombstone. Many years back, Alfred Nobel, there was a mistake in the newspaper and someone declared Alfred Nobel as dead. His brother had died, but for some mistake, the epitaph in the newspaper carried that the dynamite king, the merchant of death, dies. And Alfred Nobel that night when he read his own epitaph, he said, is this what I want my people to remember me by? Is this what you want to be remembered by? And that's the day he decided no. He said, I'm not going to do that. And he declared and he absolutely donated his entire wealth in the community need. And that's how the Nobel Prizes were formed. Because he wanted to be remembered as angel of giving. I have the opportunity to write my own epitaph. I have the opportunity and ability to write my own. And what I wanted to be written on that is the action and the deeds which I leave behind. And that is why, you know, friends, why do we need to do that? Why do we need to do service above self? It's because God has given you 2 hands and 2 eyes and 2 ears. You know why God has given you 2 eyes and 2 ears and 2 hands? He's given you 2 eyes because with 1 eye, you can look after yourself and you can look ahead for you and your family. With 1 ear, you can look after the cries of your own family member, and with the other ear, you hear the cries of the other people who are in need in the community. And you know why God has given you 2 hands? 1 is to help yourself. And the second one is given you the second hand so that you can lend it to help somebody else in this world. Friends, it is extremely important. It is extremely important that you go out there and lend your hand to somebody in need. And that is why I always believe that we Rotarians should live a life of gratitude. We are the ones who have safe houses. We are safe in our houses. We have food to eat. We have water to drink. But there are many in this world who are not there. Remember that there is someone in the need always who needs your help. And this is the time you can change that person's life. So go out there and change somebody's life. If not more, at least in your entire life, take a pledge that you will try to change one life. You will try to educate one child other than your own child. You will try to change the life. You'll try to give food to one child. And that is why I always believe, and I don't know about, but in India and I also believe in the African culture. We had the African culture and the story of Ubuntu. I'm very, very aware of the story of Ubuntu. How can I prosper when you do not prosper? How can I be prosperous when the other children in my village are not prosperous? That is the principle of Ubuntu of your own country. And the principle of giving is also there in the country, in the Indian. That every time before we eat our meal, we go out and give 2 roti, 2 chapatis or 2 breads to someone who is hungry. It does not cost too much, but it's the willingness to share what you have on your plate with somebody in need. So friends, because in giving, because we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give to others. So friends, make a life by what you give to the others. And let me also remind each one of you, friends, if you cannot be a pencil, if you cannot be a pencil to write someone's joy, at least let us be Rotarians, be good rubbers to erase someone's sorrow across the world. And that is why, friends, I want each one of you to be the angel of giving, because God has given you this ability to change people's lives. So be the inspiration in the world, lead the world, change the world, make the world a more better place to live in, because that is your obligation, because that is your duty, not only to yourself, it is the duty to the God Almighty, and it is duty to the society which you live in, for it has to be left in a better position than what you got it. So thank you very much for each one of you for being here. And I also commend each one of you again for being the angel of giving. Continue to inspire other people in your journey of excellence. Continue to lead a life of gratitude, and then the world will be a better place to live in. God bless you all. Take care, have fun, and stay safe in this time. Stay safe and look after your family. And I always believe Rotary is all about love, friendship, and emotion. Rotary is all about sharing your love and emotion with your fellow members. And to end, I say that it is extremely important that each Rotarian has to first be happy himself. Because if you are not happy with yourself, and if you cannot keep your own family happy, I can vouch on that you cannot make anybody else happy in this world. So first and foremost, your job as a Rotarian is to keep yourself and your family happy, and then only you'll be able to spread love across the world. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, my RID, Rotarian Kamal Sanghvi ji. Amazing speaking ability, sir. Your communication skills. I've attended so many webinars recently, sir. But if I say that this is one of the best I've attended in recent times, I'll be talking the truth, and that truth will be right from my heart, sir, right from my deep of my heart, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was writing down notes. So I have 2 pages of notes, but there are some of the points I would like to highlight for the benefits of somebody maybe who joined in late. You spoke about small act of kindness. Of course, small acts of kindness, when they come together, they create miracles. That's how you said presence of faith, there's hope. In the presence of hope, there's love. And in the midst of love, miracles happen. Amazing words. You quoted from your experience, you spoke from your experience, and then The people who have touched your heart, like Gopi Anandji, Mahatma Gandhi ji, Ronald Reagan ji, you spoke in their words that this is what they say. And if people cannot take away anything from this webinar, they should take away 3 words: angel of giving. Continue being angel of giving. If you can't remember anything else, if you have not taken notes like me, you have missed something, that's okay. That's on your own. You're on your own. But it's my job to tell you that you continue to be agent of giving as spoken by the RID. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you a lot, sir, a lot. I think when Ramesh Vishwalji was introducing you, I think he didn't introduce you fully. He should have highlighted that you are a great motivational speaker. I think he didn't highlight that. Though he told me personally that when Mr. Kamalji is speaking, he's a very good speaker. I said, okay, Rotary people are good speakers at times, but I never knew the magnitude he was talking about. Now I've experienced it, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to recognize the presence of PDG Olubemiga Oluwo. He's in the house. Thank you so much for being here, sir. PDG Anisha is also in the house today. DGN Raja Shankarji is also in the house. You're welcome, sir. DGE Shantanu Kumar, thank you for being with us, sir. Thank you for being with us. Thank you so much. And if I have missed out any dignitary's name, is not by intention. It's just maybe my glass is not supporting me so much today, but I've been trying to read through the participants list and go on. So we'll continue our recognition as such.
Kalpana is there.
Sorry?
PDG Kalpana.
Okay, PDG Kalpana is there. And also I saw my own AG. How can I forget my own AG? My AG in the house, Madam Victoria. I saw her before. Yes, I recognize her presence also. Now, it's a time to you have a chance now to ask question to Rotarian Kamal Sanghvi. By the time you prepare your question, I have a question for Rotarian Kamal Sanghvi. I'm sure this question is not uncommon for you since you have done so many speaking assignments. We as Rotarians, when we see a project, we are highly motivated. And then we have this adrenaline rush. Yes, I want to do this. Yes, I will do this. I want to do this. But when we are a bit away from the project and all, sometimes we are not able to keep up the tempo. We are not able to keep up the spirit. We are not able to keep up the energy which was at the time of the project. So how do we continue to motivate ourselves and motivate people around us to continue the good work? As you said, the life is in giving. I mean, that's how you define a life, in way of giving. And you said, be an angel of giving. So how do we continue to motivate ourselves and people around us is my question before I take up the question from others. Thank you so much, sir. Over to you.
Thank you for that. Fantastic. You know, that is the biggest malady. Most of the drawings remain on the drawing boards and they don't take off. It's because of the scare of failure. Invariably, you're scared to fail. That, oh, if I do this and if I don't succeed, I won't be there. That's one failure. And you know what I always believe? Do not be scared. Be bold, be fierce, be fearless. If you want to bring a change in the world, you need to be bold, fearless. And you know, it's not about failures. What is important is what every time you fail, what do you do after that? Is that you rise like a eagle. And you need to learn from each of you because every failure is a step towards success. So that's the first rule. Do not feel. We are here. We are not making rocket sciences. We are not running science laboratories. We are trying to bring smiles on other people's faces. So don't be worried about failures. Go try to do something. If we don't do it, fair enough. If we thought about building 5 schools and you end up building only 1 school, at least you have built 1 school. If you thought about giving 100 limbs and you've ended up only giving 10 limbs, at least you've given 10 limbs. It's perfectly all right. And the second thing I want is that, you know, the most important thing, that the fire within you should be burning brighter than the fire around you. If you want to be a Rotarian, you want to be successful, you should always be continuously. And the third thing, why we don't succeed is because you need to be a team player. Rotary alone, Rotarian, one Rotarian cannot change the world. You know, the most important part in a club is to work as a team. These 5 fingers are all of different shapes and sizes. All of them can work differently, but each one of them cannot survive without the other. Because when you make it powerful, it becomes a fist. Alone, a small finger can't do anything, can't even push a person. The small finger can't do anything. The thumb alone cannot do anything. But when you bind it together, it becomes a fist, and your club is exactly like these fingers. Each club member is different color, different hue, different thought process, different expertise, different vocations, different level of being the ability to do things. What you need is to work in a cohesive manner in the club and understand and respect each other, form a fist, and then you will see your projects will never go down, because when somebody can't do it, the other will do it. So please work, please love your fellow members. What I always believe is love your fellow members. That is most important in Rotary. That is the most important part, and then you'll see your club will be running like crazy.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We have a question now from one of the participants. The question goes like this. He said, can you please elaborate on the Saheli Center's vocational training programs?
Okay, yes. The ethos behind the Saheli Center was like this, that if you educate a woman, the man gets educated for himself. But when you educate a woman, the entire family gets educated. That was the ethos which we started Saheli. Saheli Centers is a vocational centers for women. And I strongly believe, that if any society has to be productive, if any society has to be in peace with itself, and if you want to have a society which has equity, it is extremely important that the women of that society be empowered. Because 48% population of the world is women. And they have the equal. I don't believe that we need to empower them. Women are empowered already, because they are the only ones. They can do something which we men can never do. How much ever you educate a woman yourself, how much ever you do things, but there is one thing which we men can never do, which women can do, is the ability to give birth to another human being. They are the empowered lot. We are not. God didn't give us the ability to make a life. But women have the ability to make life and create life. And I believe it is not that giving them, it is not about empowering them. I think women just need a passage. They just need equity in the society. And with this ethos, we created these vocational training centers, because I belong to one of the districts, which is one of the poorest districts in the world. One of the poorest districts in my country. And we brought these Saheli centers, which is where we train women to become self-dependent, acquire an art, acquire a skill, so that they can go out and lead a life of dignity, earn money, take money back to their houses, and that would enable the house to give better education to the child, give more food, eliminate malnutrition. It is all about empowering, creating an ability and opportunity to a woman to lead a life of dignity. And in this, we started opening in 28 centers in our district. Each center is unique, because in some centers they learn how to be a beautician, in some centers they learn how to do toy making, in some centers they learn how to make cane furniture, depending on the local conditions of the city where they live, the local requirement. And why we called it Saheli is because Saheli is a girlfriend. The word Saheli means a girlfriend, and the option was that these women who learn here, they will then further go into other villages and train more and more women to become more and more empowered, which would be the cascading effect of that. And I am very proud to say that in my district, through these 29 centers which we have probably educated or skilled more than 100,000 women in the last 10 years or 15 years. And that has had an effect in the, so if 100,000 women have been empowered, imagine 100,000 families have been empowered, 100,000 children have been empowered. So this is the cascading effect. So I would also want that this should be replicated everywhere else in the world.
Amazing, amazing analogy of the ripple effect, that if you give education to a female member, you're educating a family, and the ripple effect of it is cascading effect is amazing, sir, amazing. One of the questions somebody raised is that we come across people who just become members, or just they are there for cosmetic sake. That's the language the participant has used. And when it comes for real support, they don't come up with support. If you need them to just clap or just do something, maybe take some photographs, they are there in every frame as cosmetic supporters. But when actual support comes, you don't see them. So somebody is saying, why such? So over to you, Kamalji.
Well, it takes all kind of people in this world to make a whole portrait, okay?
Yes.
And I don't believe there's anything wrong in that.
Okay.
You please understand, Rotary is a membership organization. Invariably we feel Rotary is a service organization. That's a wrong misnomer you use. Rotary is principally a membership organization, and it was formulated for fellowship. Service became a byproduct of the membership. Service became a byproduct of the fellowship. Where there is good fellowship, service will definitely follow. But it's a membership organization. You want to join Rotary for the fellowship, you're most welcome to do that. Come, have fun, meet us, love us, enjoy yourself, have a great time. And Rotary is a party. And where can you have a party without guests? So our guests are our members, okay? So enjoy yourself, have a blast. I always believe that Rotary is a fun place. And service will definitely happen. If you make your Rotarian have fun, let me assure you, he will definitely start serving people moment he has fun. It is those who don't have fun in Rotary that they don't serve in Rotary. So it's all about having fun, and then you serve in Rotary. That's my take on Rotary.
Yeah, very good thoughts, sir. Very good thoughts. You speak so lucidly, so fluently. It feels like this should not end. But unfortunately, we are time bound. So I have one more last question for you before we carry on with the remaining of the program. But I'm enjoying the whole show. I'm learning as well as enjoying. When there's fun, you learn. When there's fun, then the service will happen later. So the last question to you, sir, is share us with you your wow moment, or share us with you that Rotary moment, which maybe, I don't know how to put it, but maybe change you from a passive Rotarian to an active Rotarian, something like that. Some people say, oh, I was very passive, then suddenly I saw something like that. I hope you got the question, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that was this moment which turned me from a rhino into a Rotarian. Rhino is Rotarian in name only.
In name
That's
only.
what you said, right?
Yes.
Rhino is a Rotarian in name only. This was the December night of 1991. On the cold night of December 1991, I was in my house. I had joined Rotary in July 1991 because my father was a Rotarian. We live in a small town, so it's a natural thing that you become a Rotarian because it's a place of pride, and it's a place where you meet all the people who are important in the town are Rotarians. And my father being there, so I also chose, okay, I'll have some fun, I'll meet people, I'll enjoy my life. And that's exactly why I joined Rotary. To have fun, to make people. And being a second generation Rotarian, it became natural for me. So on this cold winter night of 1991, December the 3rd, my father, after dinner at around 8 o'clock, it was about 4 degrees centigrade. The temperature in my town was about 4 to 5 degrees centigrade. And my father said, okay, Kamal, we need to go to an eye camp. And I said, my old man has lost it at 4 degrees centigrade at night, 8 o'clock. He wants me to go to an eye camp. There must be something drastically wrong here. And I said, Dad, I don't want to go to a no eye camp at 8 o'clock in the night with 4 degrees centigrade. I'm too cold to do that. Then he insisted, and like any other good child of that age, I agreed to go to that eye camp. And those days, eye camps used to take place in school, and this eye camp was for 400 poor people who were getting cataract operations done. And my father was the chairman of that eye camp, and so we walked into this eye camp, and then I went and sat down on a desk. He went about doing his work. So as soon as I sat down on the desk, I saw a lot of people came and wished me because, of course, I was a chairman's son. And in a small town, being a large businessman, people do come and pay their respect. So they came and also paid their respect to me, and they were all coming and talking to me. So there were these two elderly people, about 78 years old, 79 years old, called Dashrath and Sita. This was an old couple sitting on the floor with tattered clothes, no shoes on their foot. They didn't have any shoes. They were tattered clothes. They looked absolutely hungry. And they looked absolutely meek. They looked as if they needed help. They were sitting on the floor, and when they saw me, they thought maybe I was a person of importance. So they came to me and said, Sita came and told me, sir, can I be admitted into this facility for an eye operation? And I said, yes, you can be. Why not? This is for you guys. And I called upon the doctor and I asked the doctor, okay, why don't you admit these two? The doctor then told me that we have checked both of them, Kamal. Their eyes are beyond repair and they cannot be admitted. They are 78, 79 years old. The eyes can't be, nothing can be done about it. I explained this to both Sita and to Dashrath, that Sita, Dashrath, your eyes cannot be repaired and I'm so sorry that you cannot be admitted in this facility. What happened after that is what shook the earth below my feet. Both of them said, sir, we have walked 25 miles in this cold without food. We've not had food for 3 days. If you please admit us into this facility. Then I still insisted that I cannot. And then they said, does not matter. Even if you have to do whatever with the eyes, just admit us in. And it is then when I asked us, why do you want this? He said, sir, for 3 days we've not had food. If you admit us in this facility, we will get food for the next 5 days. The cost of food for that person, per person in those days was $50, was 50 cents. For a whole day meal was only 50 cents. They were willing to get admitted into that facility so that they get 4 days of food, which would amount to $2 and $4 for two of them. For that, they were willing to sacrifice their eyes. And then next statement is what shook me more. Then they said, sir, if you admit us in this facility, after the operation, after we are told to leave and after we are discharged from this facility, both of us will get one blanket each. The cost of blanket also in those days was $1 each. So that's $2. $2 per day of food, that's $10 and $2 for the blanket, for $12. Both these people wanted to sacrifice their eyes. And they said, if we get these two blankets, we do not have a roof on our head. Our house's roof leaks and we've got 2 grandchildren. They cannot sleep in the night. And because if you give me these 2 blankets, my grandchildren will be able to sleep in the night. And it is then that I realized that the cost of what? $2 for meals and $1 for a blanket, that's $3. And for the whole week would be about $10. For a cost of $10, a couple is willing to sacrifice their life, they're willing to sacrifice their eyes, so that just because they can get food and there are 2 blankets for their grandchildren. It is then that I realized this cannot be. This cannot be, and the world has to change, and I have to do my bit to make sure that at least I try to change some lives in my life. I cannot change the world, but at least even if I change one life in my entire lifetime, I think my life will become a success. And that is when I turned into a Rotarian from a Rhino only, and I started serving Rotary in whichever little way I could and whichever little form I could. And that is the time I took a pledge that every day in my life, I will try to bring one smile on at least one human being every day. And that's the motto I live by even today, that I try to bring a smile on one human being every day. Maybe it can be my mother, maybe it can be my brother, maybe it can be somebody on the street. I want to bring a smile on one person's face every day. So that was the day when I changed into a Rotarian.
Wow, wow. I think, wow. Okay. I don't know what to respond now. I'm still trying to absorb the learning lesson from there. By the time I'm doing that, I'll request PG Rameshji. He wanted to ask you a question, so he can go ahead and ask you the question. Over to you, Rameshji.
Thank you, Pradeepji. Thank you, Kamalji. Really, the heart touching the things, how you remember that December 91. Really, it is a real touching story. And we really learned something. But just I heard something from you in one of your conversation, Rotarians' responsibilities and how the Rotarians, they play the role like Hanuman. There is a story you have told. It was really another heart touching. If you can just repeat it for the benefit of everybody, please.
So I don't know how many of you follow Hanumanji. So when it comes to service above self, I feel Hanumanji is the ideal service above self person. So invariably, there were 3 Rotarians sitting in a room. So there was a Rotarian, there was one Hindu, there was one Muslim, and there was one Rotarian sitting in a room, and they were talking. And suddenly, when the topic came about service above self, they said, "Oh, Hanumanji." The Rotarian said, "The Hanumanji is a perfect example of service above self." Then the argument started, and the Muslim said, "Hanumanji is 100% a Muslim." So this is how they said Hanuman, Rahman, Suleiman. So Suleiman, Rahman. So Hanuman is 100% a Muslim. So the Hindu said, no. Hanumanji is 100% Hindu because when you break open the chest, there is Sita and Ram inside, the gods of Hindu. But there was this smart Rotarian like PDG Kalpana Khand who was sitting there. Kalpana is here, if you can see her. She's a PDG from the northeast of India.
Yeah.
Extremely dedicated woman and a chairman of one of our verticals of RILM. So she said, no, Hanumanji is 100% a Rotarian. So then both of them said, what is this Rotarian about? He said very nicely that Hanumanji is Rotarian. Why? Because someone else's wife. Someone kidnapped her. This gentleman put the tail on fire, crossed the 7 seas and rescued that wife of Rama. Even the gods need help. You know what I wanted to say, that even person like God Rama also needs help. So forget about the poor in the world. Even Lord Rama needed help. And Hanumanji climbed and crossed the 7 seas, rescued Lord Rama's wife Sita and returned it back to Lord Rama. That only a Rotarian can do. And that is why I always believe every Rotarian should be a Hanuman. You should be always willing to help somebody, somewhere, someplace, and all the time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Amazing Rotary learning lessons, sir. And I also learned, apart from the Rotary lessons, I have taken lessons on communication skills from you, sir. Definitely, I've learned a lot from you today. As we all know, that this program has been put together by clubs coming together, partnering together. So now is the time for the Rotary presidents of those clubs to come on stage one by one and speak briefly. I would like to stress the point briefly because my bosses, I have various bosses in this platform. They've told me that time is of essence. So you have been given 2 to 3 minutes to do so. So as I call upon your name, I hand over the virtual electron to you. You have between 2 to 3 minutes to do that speaking so that my bosses don't sack me, or maybe they don't decide to pay me for this job today as such. So because of that, please stick to time. So first and foremost, I would request Rotarian DKOB of Rotary Club of Ikoyi to come on stage and speak the few words. Over to you, Rotarian DKOB. Rotarian DKOB, are you able to unmute yourself?
Okay. I've done that now. Yeah. All right, Dr. Sanghvi, can you all hear me now?
We can hear you loud and clear, sir. We can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Okay. All right, Director Sanghvi. PGGs, past PGGs and ladies and miss, fellow opportunity presidents, and fellow Rotarians and guests. Yep, I want to say a big thank you to our director, Kamal Sanghvi, for a fabulous presentation on our responsibilities as Rotarians to contribute positively towards the economic and community development of mankind. After this presentation, I feel a lot more inspired and much better informed now to try and perform my duty as a Rotarian to contribute positively towards the enhancement, towards improvement of the quality of life of people all over the world. I've learned quite a bit, and and also as a club too. And I think with this presentation, I'm in a much better position now to steer my club towards enhance the economic and the economic and community development of communities here in Nigeria and the planet Earth at large. So
thank you, my president. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. The next person, thank you so much, Rotarian DKOB. Thank you so much. The next person to come on stage.
Okay.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, my chief guest and speaker, Rotarian Kamal Sanghvi. So this is our presentation for you on this occasion, sir.
We appreciate you, sir. We appreciate you, sir.
We appreciate you, sir. A few days you said, angel of giving. You can be a razor to rub someone's sorrows. So we will be angel of giving into our fatherland, sir. So we consider Nigeria as our fatherland. So we will definitely be there as a. Thank you so much, sir. This is our presentation from our club.
Thank you, my president. Thank you, my president. Thank you so much. Now I will request the president of Rotary Club of Isolo, Rotarian David Olani Taiwo, to come on stage and speak a few words. And remember, my job is at stake. If you don't keep to the time, my job is at stake. Please remember that part. So over to you, Rotarian David Olani Taiwo, Rotary Club of Isolo. Rotarian David Olani Taiwo, President of Rotary Club of Isolo. Okay, I can't hear him. I can't see him. Let's keep moving the program. So when he comes, we will give him the opportunity to speak. So now is the request the president of Rotary Club of Lagos Island, Rotarian Sanjay Srivastavji, to please come on stage, take up the mic and speak few words. And remember, once again, my job is at stake. Please keep to time. Over to you, Rotarian Sanjay Srivastava.
Thank you, my AG. And since I have become a opportunity president of this club, one thing I have started, that is ice breaking session. And this goes to my RI director, Kamal. Can you see this?
Yes.
We can see it. We can see it, sir.
We'll bring it down a bit.
What is it? No, I want to guess you. What is it?
Okay,
Is
I
it your-
can see my signature there for sure.
Wow, can we have a round of applause for our RI director? So
Okay.
he has given me his souvenir many years back. Sir, look at this now.
Okay, all right. Yes, Sanjay, yes, we remember this, of course, definitely.
Sir, like you are the follower of Gandhi and many of the good things that is happening in India, I do. And I'm not a very good orator and a speaker like you and my AG Pradeep Palwani. But one thing I do all the time, that I ensure to be in the good company.
Yes.
So even when I was in St. Xavier's College, Ranchi, I was in good company and I attended Raila. You know, in that Raila, whatever I did, even those practices, I am doing it today in district Raila, and my Raila team in district are mesmerized. Simple things, very simple things. So, sir, like you said, we are all trying to make the world a better place to live. Likewise, my life is my message. My life is my message. Very simple, very harmonious. Raila, Rotary, and keep driving. So after 96, I became president of Rotaract Club of Ranchi in 99, 98, 99. Few years later, I moved to Delhi, and in 2007, I moved to this Karma Bhumi, that is the fatherland, Nigeria. And as I said, that my life is my message. This platform at least must know the first Rotarian I met in this country was my auditor. And you have just heard him, DK, OB and company. See, such a coincidence that the first Rotarian, I saw him wearing his pin and coming to our office for audits. And then I said, is there Rotary Club? He said, yes. And then I got to know, okay, Nigeria also has a Rotary Club. And this was DKOB of the Ikoi Club. Sir, believe me, we Rotarians, not only, Rotarians has one card that is blue. Every Rotarian is one. There is no difference, nothing, whether it is Indian, Nigerian, South African, American. And believe me, this district, this place is working to your aspirations. Some of the notes I have also taken, as AG has taken, and I'm sure, I can assure you that this club, my club, is doing a lot of activities. I'm one of the youngest president of my club, and there is a lot going on. In last 100 days, now this, for last few days, 100 is coming into my mind. So 100 members, 100 projects, and in last 100 days, we have done not less than 30 projects, sir.
Wow.
30 projects we have done. Even today, we had, including this, which I am attending, this is the third program, and tomorrow morning we have one program. So this is going to be fourth in these 2 days. So we are all together. We are trying to make the world a better place to live. And we are following the Rotary protocols. We are following the Rotary ethos. We are following the Rotary, you know, as you said, when we work together, when for a global cause, we achieve this. I remember myself, and few days back, I invited PDG Rotarian Ajoy Chabra also from my district for the speech. When we were going to villages for the pulse polio drops, that day we were not aware that there will be one day when the polio pulse will be eradicated from the world. But we were as a young student that time, we were contributing our bit. And same way, this is the call, whatever bit we can do. We do not have to do 100 of things, but one life, if we can change, that is enough. So
thank you,
thank
Sanjay.
you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir.
And
Thank you so much.
would like to have you more on our district platform, on our club platform. I was also
Thank you,
trying to
Sanjay
reach.
ji.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words, sir. Thank you, Sanjay ji. Is Rotarian David Olani Taiwo in the house? Rotarian David Olani Taiwo is in the house. Okay, let's continue further. The president of Rotary Club of Maryland, Rotarian Obafemi Obadina. Over to you, sir. Rotarian Obafemi Obadina, Rotary Club of Maryland.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me, please? Yeah, my district governor, the opportunities president here present, past district governors on this webinar. I want to specially thank our guest speaker, Rotary International Director, Dr. Kamal Sanghvi, for the wonderful presentation. We thank you for the encouragement and your words of commendation on projects we've done. Yeah, in Rotary Club of Maryland, we've executed several projects under the 6-7 areas of focus over the years. And we are charged to do more. Flowing from your presentation, one of the things that works for us in Maryland is bonding. We have a very strong family of Rotary that bonds all members and their families together. I mean, recently we had a family of Rotary outing on October 1st picnic where all families came together for bonding. Like you said, when there's fun, members are charged to service. Rotary Club of Maryland is currently charged to do more. We're recruiting more members. And once more, I want to thank you for commendation and encouragement. We're charged to do more in our society. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Even though your network was breaking, at least we could get the gist of your message, the meat of your message, which we could get it through. Rotarian Obafemi Obadina, thank you for being with us, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Too.
Moving forward, I would like to request my brother from another mother, Rotarian Kole Jagun, to propose the word of thanks. So over to you, Rotarian Kole Jagun, also known as JK. JK is always okay. Over to you. Please speak up. Please speak up. Your volume is low. Please speak up.
Can you hear me? A little bit louder, please.
It's not clear enough. Hope you don't have two devices there.
One is on. Forgot that.
JK, you're wasting our time.
Can you hear me now?
Go on. You're on fire.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. You always like pulling my legs everywhere. Thank you. On behalf of the opportunity presidents of the Rotary Club of Lagos Pangrove Estate, the Rotary Club of Lagos Island, Rotary Club of Ikoyi, Rotary Club of Isolo, and Rotary Club of Maryland, want to use this opportunity to thank the Rotary International Director, Rotary Kamal Sanghvi. I hope I got it very well. I want to thank you very much for a very good speech, a very inspirational speech, well presented, with a lot of takeaways, especially making references to past mottos of Rotary, like be the change, form the face, and be the inspiration. Thank you very much, sir, for such a inspirational talk, very motivational, and it's good for a lot of us, especially those of us who are aspiring to be like you in Rotary. And one of the things you said, which struck a chord, was the fact that Rotary is fun. And once Rotary is fun, there is fellowship, and then service comes in. These are things we need to reiterate all the time. So thank you very much, sir, for this good talk and the good presentation. I also want to thank our DG, our ever-present, ever-supportive, and always giving us the sense of direction. That's the District Governor, Rotary Bola Oyebade, for always being here and giving support to such programs. Thank you very much, sir. I have so many district governors who are attended. They're from the districts, District 3070, District 3262, District 3011, District 9210, District 940, District 3100. I want to thank all these members who came in from outside our district, outside of Nigeria, to participate in this activity. Thank you very much for taking your time to participate here. And also want to thank especially the District Governor, District 9125, for being available too. And I will not forget our AG, Rotary Victoria Kutei of VGC, always giving us support and telling us how to go about things. Thank you very much, Ma, for your support too. I want to thank also the members of the Rotary Clubs, the following Rotary Clubs who participated: Rotary Club of Ikate, Rotary Club of Ekwe Metropolitan, Rotary Club of VGC, and the members of Rotary Club of Ikoyi, Isolo, and Ikate, and the Rotary Club of New Delhi too. Thank you very much for your participation. We thank you so much. So our opportunity president, Rotary Chandra Nalode, and the team that puts this together, thank you very much. So thank you once more, and thank you for taking your time to participate in today's seminar. I wish everyone a very good evening. Thank you.
All right. Rotarian College Agu, thanking you as you presented the vote of thanks. Thanks you for that. Huh?
Thank you, my brother.
Sorry?
Oh, okay. I didn't know she was supposed to join. I haven't seen her.
Oh, hello, Dupe. That's nice. She's. I saw her. I gave her. I messaged her.
Okay. Okay. Moving forward, I will request our AG, Rotarian Victoria, to come on stage and raise a toast today. Rotarian Victoria, our honorable, respected AG. Over to you, madam. PAG Ramesh, can you take the toast because she is not coming on stage, maybe the network or something. So can you go ahead, sir? My PAG.
Yeah, thank you, my AG Pradeep. Before I take the toast, I will just request if the PDG Olo is here, he can take because he is the one of the senior most citizen in Rotary here. Is he around? Rotary and PDG Olo? I don't know whether he's there.
I can't seem to see him. I can't see him. I'm trying to check on the.
No problem. No problem.
Rameshji, PDG, Dr. Omar is there. PDG,
okay,
Dr. Omar
okay. PDG Omar Omotoso, please. I think he is also Rotary Club of Fikoi, one of the coordinating club. I will request PDG Omotoso, please.
Dr. PDG Omotoso is here.
Yeah, Kamaru Omotoso, PDG, please. Doctor.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, thank you.
Good evening, all of you. I joined very late. I'm so pleased to join you. May I express my special appreciation to the guest speaker, who has been very wonderful. We are quite happy to have him around us. May I take this opportunity to toast all the Rotary clubs present, from India, from Nigeria. Can you charge your glasses and read the toast?
Yeah. Can somebody spotlight our PDG Omotoso, please?
It's done, it's done, it's done. Spotlight has been done.
Okay,
Thank you very much. I'm not joining you with my phone because I will find it difficult to join you later. So thank you very much for those who have been able to join you. Rotary Club of Pan Group Estate has been wonderful and they're a good leader, and your place in District 9110 is guaranteed. So thank you very much. So may I take this opportunity to propose a toast of the home club of the district of the first RI, the guest speaker, Kamal, and all the clubs in India and in Nigeria. I'm sorry, I can't remember all their names, but all the governors who have been present both in Nigeria and India.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, PDG. Thank you, PDG.
So I don't know whether you have the national anthem for India too, but we normally end up with the national anthem for Nigeria.
Yeah, we're going to do that, sir. We're going to do that. There's somebody assigned to do that, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my PDG. Thank you. It's an honor to have you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So once again, I would like to call Rotarian President Obafemi Obadia, Rotary Club of Maryland, to lead us to the national anthem. And with that, we will close the event for today. That's the last item on agenda today. So Rotarian Obafemi Obadia, Rotary Club of Maryland, over to you as you lead us to the national anthem, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Obaf.
Rotarian Obadia, sorry.
It's also worthy to mention just before the national anthem.
Sir, your network is not very good. So can I request somebody else, because your network is breaking and is creating disturbance, if you don't mind, sir.
Great country in Nigeria on October.
Okay.
Rotarian Obafemi. Rotarian Obafemi.
Yeah, sorry, I had a glitch in the network.
It is still there. So please, I'll request you to just mute yourself. I'll request somebody else to lead us on the national anthem, if you don't mind, sir.
Yes, to lead us in the
Rotary Club of Maryland.
Okay.
I represent my president.
Hello.
National anthem. Hello.
Go on, please. Go on.
Okay. Arise. Let's all be upstanding anywhere we are for the national anthem. Arise.
Rise, oh compatriots. Fatherland,
with love and strength
and faith.
heroes past will never live in vain. Nation bound in freedom, peace and
unity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Yes, this was a wonderful session. RID Kamalji, we can't thank you enough. We just keep saying thank you, but I don't think that's enough. But I have learned a lot, and I've been getting messages also on my personal chat about the messages you're able to drill into people's mind. And I think those messages will not be easy to forget. And in this era of webinars, some webinars stick to your mind. Some words which you speak sinks into your heart. So this is one of those webinars we had today. Thank you so much. And all the participants, it wouldn't be possible to have such a great webinar without you all. Each and every one of you. It's not humanly possible for me to name everybody, but when I say everybody, everyone. So everyone here, much appreciated. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend ahead. Have a wonderful evening as we close the webinar today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Nice.
Bye.
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 Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.